Seniors' breakfast cereals may be quietly causing insulin spikes and diabetes. Why does your blood sugar stay high even though you eat breakfast every day? You might think you're doing the right thing, choosing cereal over bacon, pouring milk instead of frying eggs. But here's the truth most seniors don't hear. Some of the most popular healthy breakfast cereals can quietly trigger dangerous insulin spikes and even lead to type 2 diabetes. Yes, even the ones labeled high fiber, organic, or low fat. After 60, your body changes. Your cells don't absorb sugar the way they used to. One wrong cereal choice in the morning could leave your blood overloaded with glucose while you sit there thinking you've made a smart decision. Do you ever feel tired just an hour after eating? Do your feet swell, your vision blur, or your belly keep growing despite smaller meals? These are not just signs of aging. They could be your breakfast silently pushing you toward diabetes. So in the next few minutes, we're going to uncover 8 common types of cereal that seniors should reconsider, starting with the one that fools everyone. Cereal 1. Sweetened granola, the healthy breakfast that isn't. You tell me this, how can granola be bad? It's full of oats, some raisins, maybe almonds. Sounds like the perfect breakfast, right? Let me show you what's really happening after 60. Many store-bought granolas, even the ones labeled natural or no added sugar, contain hidden syrups, dried fruit soaked in glucose, and honey coatings. The result? A high glycemic index, GI, that pushes your blood sugar up faster than a donut. And the worst part? You never even taste how sweet it really is. Here's why this matters more as you age. Your pancreas slows down, your insulin sensitivity drops, and your muscles absorb sugar less efficiently. So instead of burning off that glucose, your body gets hit with a massive insulin spike and then stores the sugar as fat. Day after day, this sets the stage for type 2 diabetes, belly fat, and even brain fog. Do you ever feel sleepy just an hour after breakfast? Or get hungry again, even though you ate a full bowl? That's not normal. It's your blood sugar crashing after being sent too high. And it's a cycle that repeats every morning if granola is your go-to. And here's the warning we can't ignore. These cereals don't look dangerous. They come in earthy packaging, they say organic. But your body knows the truth, and your blood doesn't lie. You don't have to give up cereal entirely, but swap the sweetened granola for plain oats or bran, add some walnuts, and skip the dried fruits soaked in syrup. Comment 1 if you've eaten granola this week and you're now rethinking that choice. Cereal 2. Cornflakes, the plain choice that isn't so plain. You might think, I don't eat sweet cereal, I just stick with plain cornflakes. But here's the trap. Plain doesn't mean safe. Let me explain why. Cornflakes may taste mild, but their glycemic index is sky high, often above 80, almost like eating white sugar. The starch in corn is rapidly broken down into glucose in your bloodstream, causing a sharp insulin surge. Especially dangerous for older adults whose insulin response has already slowed. After 65, your metabolism becomes like a slower-moving train. It takes longer to clear sugar from the blood. So even one bowl of harmless cornflakes can lead to glucose overload, increased belly fat, and hidden insulin resistance. The quiet pathway to diabetes. Have you ever noticed mid-morning shakiness or a sudden craving for coffee and toast before lunch? That could be your blood sugar crashing from a cereal you thought was the safest of all. Corn flakes don't taste sweet, but inside your body, they act just like sugar. And the problem gets worse when paired with fruit or sweetened milk, doubling the spike. It's time to switch. Try low GI options like oats, wheat bran, or even cooked quinoa. They fuel you more slowly, without the crash. Comment 2 if you've trusted cornflakes before and you're now seeing them differently. Cereal. 3. Instant oatmeal packets. The convenience that costs your health. You tell me this. What could be safer than oatmeal? Doctors recommend it all the time. But the truth is, not all oatmeals are created equal. Those flavored instant packets, apple cinnamon, maple brown sugar, peaches and cream, are loaded with added sugars, powdered sweeteners, and refined oat flour. They cook faster, yes, but they spike blood sugar faster too, sending your insulin soaring in minutes. And here's the catch for seniors. Your body doesn't recover from those spikes the way it used to. The sudden surge of glucose causes a shock to your pancreas, followed by a crash that leaves you foggy, tired, and craving more carbs. Over time, this roller coaster leads to insulin resistance and pre-diabetes, even if you think you're eating healthy. Do you ever feel sleepy right after breakfast, even though it was just oatmeal? That's your body dealing with a sugar storm in disguise. Instant oats seem smart. They seem easy, but that convenience is costing you clarity, energy, and long-term health. Instead, go back to slow-cooked rolled oats. Add cinnamon and nuts, not packets of fake fruit and sugar. Comment 3 if you've had instant oatmeal this week. Let's change that starting tomorrow. Cereal. 4. Bran muffin. Style cereals. The fiber trap. You see the word bran and feel relief. Fiber, heart health, good digestion. It sounds like exactly what you need after 60. But some cereals dressed up as bran muffins in a bowl are coated in molasses, sweetened with brown sugar or cane syrup, and marketed as health food, while hiding 12-15 grams of sugar per serving. Here's why it's dangerous. At our age, sugar and starch combine into a deadly duo. The sugar gives you the insulin spike, and the starch sustains it, keeping your blood sugar elevated for hours. This damages blood vessels, impairs circulation, and exhausts your pancreas. Ever had a bran cereal that tasted oddly good? A little too rich? That's the added sugar talking, not the fiber. And if you've ever felt full but tired after eating it, like you just want to lie down, that's the insulin effect draining your energy. The worst part? These cereals pass as doctor approved. But in reality, they're candy dressed up in fiber. You don't need to avoid bran, but choose one with no added sugar and top it with walnuts, not raisins soaked in syrup. Comment 4 if this one surprised you. Bran cereal may not be the friend you thought it was. Cereal. 5. Multigrain flakes, the health halo that hides the truth. You read the box and feel reassured. Whole grain, multigrain, heart healthy. But what if those words are just a disguise? Let me explain. Most multigrain cereals are made with refined grains, sweetened corn flour, and a blend of high GI starches. Sure, they include wheat or rice, but heavily processed. And when eaten, they behave just like sugar, flooding your bloodstream with glucose and pushing your insulin sky high. For seniors, this is especially risky. Your glucose absorption slows down, and the glycemic load lingers longer, making blood sugar harder to control. Over time, this can wear down your pancreas and lead to silent insulin resistance. Ever felt hangry just 2 hours after eating a healthy cereal? Or noticed your belly fat doesn't go away no matter how little you eat? That's not bad luck. It's your body reacting to hidden sugar and fast carbs, even when the label says healthy. Don't be fooled by fancy language. Look past the marketing and check the sugar and fiber. Real health starts with ingredients you can pronounce and trust. Comment 5 if you've believed in multigrain cereals until now. Cereal. 6. Raisin Bran, the sugary fruit trap. It sounds like the perfect combo: fiber from bran, iron from raisins, but let's talk about what's really going on in that bowl. Store-bought Raisin Bran cereals often coat the raisins in sugar, sometimes doubling the sugar content of the cereal itself. And bran flakes? Many are sweetened too. So what you're eating is a bowl of slow-digesting sugar bombs, designed to spike your insulin first and crash you later. Here's why it's dangerous for people over 60. Your insulin response is slower, but your blood vessels are more fragile. This combo of sugar spike and vascular strain becomes a direct path to inflammation, memory fog, and rising A1C. Have you ever had Raisin Bran and noticed your feet swell later? Or your eyes get puffy? Your mind fuzzy? That's not age. That's post-meal inflammation, and it's quietly doing long-term damage. If you love raisins, fine, but add your own a few pieces of unsweetened dried fruit, not pre-coated sugar bombs from a box. Comment 6 if Raisin Bran is in your pantry right now. Let's rethink it together. Cereal 7. Children's cereal brands. The sweetness you grew up with, now hurting you. You might smile when you see them, the colorful boxes, the cartoon mascots, the flavors you loved as a child. But now, at 65 or 70, those same cereals may be quietly pushing you toward diabetes. Here's why. Cereals like Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, or Cocoa Pebbles contain up to 40% sugar by weight. That's more than some desserts. And for older adults, sugar in the morning equals blood sugar shock and a quick decline in mental clarity, energy, and long-term pancreatic health. You may not pour these cereals daily, but do you ever grab a bowl for a fun treat? Or keep them around for the grandkids and sneak a serving? One bowl can send your glucose soaring, and your body no longer bounces back like it used to. Instead, it stays elevated, slowly damaging nerves, eyes, and heart vessels. It's time to retire these childhood favorites, not out of guilt, but out of wisdom. You've earned better mornings. Comment 7 if you've eaten kids' cereal for nostalgia. Let's choose something your body will thank you for instead. Cereal 8. Cereal Plus Whole Milk. The dangerous combo you didn't notice. You pour your cereal and top it off with whole milk just like you've done for decades. But here's the part no one tells you. That milk could be turning your breakfast into a metabolic disaster. Whole milk contains saturated fat, and when combined with high GI cereals, it slows digestion just enough to keep your blood sugar elevated longer, instead of letting it spike and fall quickly. This prolonged high blood sugar state is especially dangerous after 60, when insulin response weakens and blood vessel walls are thinner. You might think you're doing better than juice or soda, and in some ways you are. But if you have diabetes, prediabetes, or just stubborn belly fat, this combo may be what's keeping your numbers high. Have you ever felt sluggish and bloated after eating, even though your portion looked reasonable? That's your blood sugar lingering and your system struggling to clear it. Switch to unsweetened almond milk or low-fat dairy with added protein. It's a simple change, but it could mean fewer blood sugar spikes and more stable mornings. Comment 8 if you always pair cereal with whole milk. This one may surprise you. Comment below with the number that surprised you most. Share this with someone over 60 who still eats cereal every morning. And hit subscribe to join the HEALZO channel, where every quiet change leads to a louder, healthier life. Think back to the last time you felt light on your feet, clear in your mind, steady in your step. That version of you is still there, and you deserve to feel that way every single day. I know you may be watching this in silence, but what if your action today could protect one more life, maybe yours, or someone you deeply care about? Comment below if any of these mistakes surprised you. Share this video with your family, especially anyone over 60 who still starts their morning with bacon. And hit subscribe to join the HEALZO channel, where every simple tip brings lasting strength and real hope.